So this week we are talking to two families who are sort of on different sides of how long they've been part of Ark and Dove. I want to welcome Brandon and Oxa Callahan and Donna Anderson to discuss sort of our harvesting generosity theme. Donna, I'm going to start with you. How did you find Ark and Dove, and how long have you been attending?
I can mark my attendance by the age of my oldest child, Justin, who just turned 30.
Brandon and Oxa, you have joined Ark and Dove a little more recently. And how long have you been members of Ark and Dove?
So we've been coming on and off, but more regularly since 2019.
So for our stewardship effort this year, we've been talking about harvesting generosity. I'm wondering if you might be able to share just a little bit about sort of what influences your decisions and motivations to give of your time and talents and resources. And
paramount has to be that everything that we have comes from God. To me, it's a natural outgrowth that when you receive, you have to give.
And how about for you, Brandon and Oxa?
I tend to see the 10% sort of tithe or the offerings that I make as this kind of freeing experience.
Do you have a preference for the way you give?
Yeah, we typically do designated giving. So it's kind of fun for every month or every other month to sit down and look at the list and say, what do we want to give to, the refugee offering or the environmental offerings, and kind of choose what's on our heart for that month.
It can be topical depending on what's happening in the news. It's always important to support the general fund too.
One thing that has really struck me in giving to Ark and Dove is knowing that I'm supporting the church in my local community, and through that, I'm supporting my neighbors.
Donna, is that an approach that you take, or do you look at it a little differently?
Similarly, as somebody who's been on session, I understand and know how important a yearly pledge is for basically the management of the church and for the session to be able to actually plan for how we're going to carry out all the mission and ministries of the church in the entire year. I think my own personal approach to these things is more like, if you are feeling good about your generosity, then you're being generous.
This giving is part of our faith, right? This is the generosity, the how we kind of form ourselves as a church is being a giving church. And so it is that giving is and it should be a happy giving, right?
We've been trying to challenge ourselves over the years slightly, and my wife has been leading this effort to see, sure, we might be meeting our tithe, but are there other financial ways where we can provide offerings to the church?
The giving that we do for Ark and Dove is we have to give within our means. 1% or 2% more in our giving will sort of help the whole of Ark and Dove achieve that goal, and then be able to do those things, just like Oxa, you were talking about giving to the community. And if you've watched some in the previous week, some of the things that we want to do.
The budget is out there. People can see exactly where money gets collected from and where it goes to and how we use that. And it is an expression of our priorities as a church.
Your giving has an immediate impact, immediate local impact